Hello, minions, and welcome back to the verse. As always, I am a Citra, known on Star Citizen as Aaron Vixen Valeris, and it's been a while. In fact, it's been like 4 months since I last posted a video on my YouTube channel, let alone for Star Citizen. So, lots happened. I've been extremely busy with life stuff, so I do apologize. I will be posting a follow-up video sometime this week talking about that stuff, some real life, real talk. And we'll get into that. But for tonight, I want to do some sweet, sweet Star Citizen goodness because there have been a lot of changes in the past few months, and especially recently there's been a lot of crazy stuff, especially with PAX Australia and some of the recent additions. So for this video we're going to be taking a look around my hangar, which you might notice looks a little bit different since the last time you've seen it, as well as some of the new stuff that's within it. So without further ado, this is my new hangar, and I'm not sure why the camera is shuddering like that. I actually had that problem when I was trying to record at 60 FPS, so I don't know if, oh, no, it does it with mouse or... Interesting. I'm not sure why it's doing that. So right off the bat, you might notice that hangar is quite a bit larger and also quite a bit rockier. And that's because I now have the VFG Industrial Asteroid Hangar with all kinds of cool machinery in it. And I actually, since they added the new hangars, and I have to say, I like all of the new hangars. I had the Rebel in York, which is the luxury hangar. And I liked it for what it was. It was shiny. It definitely looked like a luxury hangar. But at the end of the day, while I'm not going to actually roleplay in this game, I'm going to have a persona, right? And I just don't see my character, right, as being the type to have these kinds of warships, right? And just park them in a pristine, clean white hangar. I just don't really see that happening. And the Revel in York, it's a good hangar, right? But it really kind of lacks character. And character is what the asteroid hangar is using. I mean, just look at this. It looks, it looks like that secret. It looks like the secret base in Star Wars when they go and attack the Death Star. Look at the grunge and look at. Just listen to this. When I hear that this whole sequence of rising in this elevator, it reminds me of the scene in Aliens where Ripley is in the elevator and the alien queen is trying to get to her. And then you step into the actual, I guess this is the control deck or whatever. And you've got cool shit over here, you got this couch and it looks like you found at the side of the road. And I love it. It's so torn up and worn down, and it looks ancient. It looks like this thing came from 19th century Earth. And I love it. And you get up here and everything's just worn in. You can see it's not safe. Look at this tetanus. There's tetanus everywhere. If you lean against the wrong thing, you're probably going to need a booster shot. I love it. And it's just got so much character. And that's really what the Rebel in York was missing, was any sort of character whatsoever. You got all these computers that are just they're really old, and here's something I love. Look at this detail right here. Check out these switches right here. They're freaking toggle switches on a control panel, on a futuristic control panel. You get these old school analog toggle switches. I love it. Got these readouts. I don't know what any of that shit means. They're cool. Just like displays, just thrown up there. It's like a post from shitty battle stations. You don't have fucking rudder pedals down. When you have rudder pedals on the computer, I don't know. Maybe they're playing Star Citizen within Star Citizen. But yeah, this is the asteroid hangar. I apologize for the screen tearing. This is really strange. There's really not a lot of video options yet. So I can't actually enable VSync, which I need to. It's kind of a weird situation where my computer right now won't... It maintains 60 FPS most of the time, but not while I'm recording. So I set the recording at 30 FPS and it kind of downscales it. I don't know, it's really weird. Even at 60 FPS I get screen tearing sometimes in this game. So I don't know, I think it might be time for a new monitor. And might be able to actually record at real HD definitions then. So I apologize if you hear some background noise. That's my cat fucking around with things. Thank you very much, cat, for that. You might have noticed a couple ships in my hangar. Some of you are going to be pretty excited. This right here is probably one of the first of the newest additions. This is the Cutlass Blue. And for those of you who have been living under a space rock for a little while, the Cutlass Blue is a limited variant, or, well, I'm not sure how limited it actually is, but it's a variant of the Cutlass. And it is designed for police. Oh, what is this? I've never noticed this. It's got lights in here. That's really cool. This is a limited variant of the Cutlass, which is now called the Cutlass Black, and this is the quote-unquote police variant. And on the exterior, one of the biggest differences is that it does have a different cockpit. And personally, I prefer this cockpit. You know, if you look at it from the right angle, it almost looks like a xenomorph from Alien, and that's pretty cool, especially if this had like a black paint job. Also, exterior-wise, this midsection is actually a little bit more round, and I'll show you why that is in a second. You can't really tell the difference from here. You actually kind of have to look at the ship from like a top-down perspective. I keep running into shit. Here's, like, I talk about character, and look, this garbage laying everywhere. It's awesome. I freaking love it. It's like straight out of Firefly. So to actually get in the Cutlass, it actually has a special way. You have to come over here, and I'm not sure what is the use button on the control pad. I'm using the control pad for purposes of this video because I feel like I can control the camera a little smoother, and that means that it should be not nauseating for people to watch at home. So here's the biggest change. This is the reason why you would probably want a Cutlass Blue, and that's these little holding cells right here. And you get 6 of them. And that means you can have 6 times the fun. You can stow away some friends for, I guess wait a second, I just noticed something weird. The environment, the reflections. They're reflecting the outside. That's the outside of the ship, not the inside. Okay, so that's a thing. And yeah, you have these tiny little, so I think these are probably not finished quite yet, because you have these little hilariously small bunks. And you can't possibly lay on one of those. It's like a bunk for ants, but I'm sure they'll fix that in due time. And I'm not really sure what these are for, these little lockers, because they look like they had extra space. And well, can I close that door too? Really? No, I can't. Aw, okay. Looks like they had extra space in the ship, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put some like closets. We're gonna put some closets in there because we can't really put a toilet. This is a triangular toilet. So yeah, I think they just stuck this in there because they've got like a nice little bench here. And we have some jump seats. Let's sit in the jump seat. Yeah, we're in the jump seat. And we can like stare menacingly at our nasty little bounties that we've captured. You may notice that kind of an important thing on a bounty hunting ship. There's no boarding hatch, and that's because it's not on the model yet. In fact, this model is it's pretty rough, and I'll show you an example of that right now. Let's see, which was the button? Is it this button? That was not the right button. Is it the bottom button? No. What was the fucking button for that? Oh, it's this one over here. Okay. All right, so, wait, was it? Is that not it? Apparently not. What was the button? That's for the door. There's a button for the turret. I forgot where it was. This is why you prepare before you make videos, Cat. I know. Why is the button not doing anything? That was the button, I swear. I swear it was. So that's where the turret is, and oh, maybe it's been textured by now. There was something that was very multi. Oh, you know what? Maybe they broke it in this last patch. I'm gonna blame Cloud Imperium for that one. Blame Chris Roberts. That's what I say. Blame him. But anyways, the turret's up there for the gunner, and this ship holds 3 people, by the way, three pilots and I guess 6 prisoners. And you've got your pilot seat up here, and if we actually hop in here, we'll actually see that it does have really good visibility, and actually on this ship these seats slide more center, so when you'd actually be flying, well, you know, I guess with the center console maybe visibility isn't that great, like rear visibility, like all that visibility is good, but then visibility where it actually matters is pretty horrible, unless maybe those panels slide down when you're in flight, and that's a possibility. I guess we don't really know yet, since this ship isn't really like in the game yet as far as flying around. One kind of cool thing is you can actually come up front and just kind of like stick your face right in the glass and just stare out in the space, and maybe look the window a little bit. Stick your face up against it. I don't know. So that's a thing. Also is the thing, these side doors. I don't really know why this is here, but it's pretty cool. Especially how it opens. It opens like an actual airliner. And how did I get up there? Somehow I got up. Did I jump? I've been out here before. Come on, get out. Get out. You know you want to. Maybe I have to. Oh, okay. That'll work. Yeah, then we can crawl around on the ship. And I don't know, it just looks really... Oh, what? You can get back in that way, too. That's neat. I just kind of jumped in before. But here we are. So we're on the ship. Yay. And it's deceptively, like, big. Like, well, I mean, it feels bigger on the inside, like a TARDIS. It's really not. And the ship doesn't really seem that big. So I'm kind of curious, like, how good of a fighter is it going to be? And are those missiles? I think those are missiles tucked away in there. And this variant actually also has uprated shields. So it's going to be a little bit tougher. I mean, not so much in armor. And right now, since armor values aren't really calculated in, so kinetic weapons have been owning an arena commander. But when they get them figured in, I'm sure more armored ships will be better suited towards certain tasks. But there's always, I think one of the things that they're going to add in are the items that will let you uprate your armor. Kind of like how they do on the military Humvees in real life, where they actually just fucking slap armor panels onto the side of the ship. I think you'll be able to do that with many variants of ships. I don't think it's going to be tied to a certain ship class or not. Of course, I'm sure that's going to affect things like your mass and stuff like that. But if you're really worried about security and protection, stuff like that, you'll be able to do that in the game. So yeah, that's the Cutlass Blue. And moving on, you've probably already seen it already. I don't know if I did a video when this was actually being voted on, but this is the Aegis Redeemer. This was the ship that was the popular vote for the next Great Starship contest, which, again, if you've been living in an asteroid such as this, you will know that, well, you wouldn't know, but I will tell you, is the competition that Cloud Imperium Games held to decide, basically, let the fans design a ship, and if it's good enough, we'll put it in the game. Well, not if it's good enough. They will put the best one in the game. And there were a lot of great teams and a lot of great designs, even some that I really wanted to see in the game that just quite didn't make the cuts. Talon was one of those. I really liked their ship, but even as much as I liked their redesign, that really beefy, mean-looking ship, they just, well, it was one guy, so what can you do, right? He just didn't have enough in that last version to really compare to the other designs. And the Redeemer is really the ship that should have won, and it did win. So I'm pretty happy about that. It is the one I voted for. I will say that I liked the other team, their boomslang, as they called it. I did like it, but I felt the interior was kind of lacking, and I felt it was a little incomplete compared to the Redeemer, which was a lot more fully realized as a ship. Now, the Redeemer is classified as a gunship. It features 2 turrets, as well as, I believe this up here is going to be a fully automated turret. So that will be interesting. I'm not sure how that's actually going to play out. Also, another big feature is the ability to carry 6 Marines. I think it's 6 Marines. Maybe it's 8. No, I'm pretty sure it's 6. And so it's kind of a drop ship. And I just love the look of this thing. It has so many good angles. And of course, it has these really interesting engines. Some people have called them the plier engines or the nutcracker engines. And most recently, they're calling them their hair straightener engines. And having owned several hair straighteners in my lifetime, I have to say that, yes, they do kind of resemble hair straighteners, although I wouldn't want to straighten my hair with those engines because I'm pretty sure it would hurt like hell. But so, yeah, a lot of great angles on this ship. And let's actually take a hop inside and take a look. Now, unfortunately, I will go ahead and say the interior lighting on the ship, I'm not sure if it's not finalized yet. Look at the detail. And this is a model that I don't really know how much they had to do to convert this to get it ready for the actual game. But when I took a look at the final assets, when it was voting time for the next Great Starship contest, this is basically how it looked. Although I think it had a different skin that was quite a bit darker. So I have to say this newer skin is probably a lot nicer in terms of materials. It does look a lot nicer. But all this detail was actually here. Like, all this detail on the landing gear was actually there. And that's pretty impressive that, you know, some fans, some highly talented fans, but some fans actually, you know, came up with this and actually, you know, pulled it off. So let's go ahead and open the back door. And I have to say that I actually love how fast the back door opens. It just drops right down. And being that this is like a drop ship, right? This is a Marines, you know, you roll in hard and you roll in heavy. And they go and they kick some ass. So I love how fast that door comes down. And also features, I don't know how, you know what, let me turn up my gamma just a little bit. Hopefully this isn't going to affect the recording. But yeah, you can see graphics settings. Don't really have too much right now. Turn gamma up to 70. Let's see if that makes a difference. Should be better. But on the ground right here, this is going to be an access hatch. So Marines, all 6 of them. You can see them right here in their little, just like in the movie Aliens. And that's what I love about this ship. I can be like, I'm in the pipe 5x5. And hopefully I won't get eaten by an alien xenomorph. But I can realize my fantasies of being the dropship pilot from Aliens and drop people into combat. But but yeah, I can just see them, you know, like getting ready and like maybe you're flying over a planet and that door opens and it's just nothing but like air and land whizzing by and they jump out and they've got jetpacks on and then they go and they kick ass and all that stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And I got some fire extinguishers here. I believe this door is access to the rear turret. Yeah, or the lower turret, I should say. So that's the seat for the lower turret. They don't currently function. And I think is that a weapon locker? That's probably a weapon locker, which is pretty awesome. Some more weapon storage. And we've got like personal lockers here, probably armor lockers on both sides for each of your 6 Marines. And going upstairs, we have the next section, and this is actually engineering. We're actually kind of towards the front of the ship now. And there's these cool, I think these are supposed to be for the shield generators or something, but an engineer could actually access them directly if there was a problem with the ship, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure about the white lighting. I think on the actual concept it was orange or something, or blue, and it actually looked a lot better than just white. So here's the actual cockpit right here. And again, lots of detail on this ship, which I really like. Chair comes spinning out, and we hop in. So here's the actual cockpit. This is what you will see as the pilot. And I love it. The visibility is really good. Don't have much lower visibility, so if you're dropping off if you're dropping off pilots or doing a hot drop or something like that, kind of like you would in a Galaxy in PlanetSide or PlanetSide 2, you may have to actually, switch to an external view. Oh God, look at that ship. Sexy as hell. But you might have to switch to an external view to actually, land with any kind of precision on this ship. But who knows? There might be external cameras or, something like a rear backup camera that cars are going to be having. All cars will be having that pretty soon by federal law. So who knows? We'll see. And this is my favorite part of the ship. This is why I wanted it so bad, is this little guy right here. And this is actually the pièce de résistance that made me vote for this ship, the coffee maker. And I don't know why, but when the 4 Horsemen, that was the team that created the ship, they put in the little coffee maker, and I'm like, you know what? I love that little detail. And not gonna lie, I love me some coffee in the morning. So this is the perfect ship for me. I can have my coffee and then go kick some ass, and have a nice little sink and a heating surface, and you've got a table for your Marines to kind of chill out at when they're not ready to kick ass. And what else do you have? You got bunks here so they can sleep, and not sure what that is, but I guess a computer terminal. And yeah, I mean, it's great. There's so much character in this ship, and I think this right here is, you got a shower. Take a shower after. There's even still there's personal items in here, like bath cream or whatever in the shower. It's great. I love that detail. It really makes it feel lived in. I think this access is for the top turret. I can't actually go in here. Well, maybe if I crouch, I could go in. Can I go in if I crouch? No. So still pretty early implementation of this model, and that's fine. I thought there's this over here, which is it's it's our space toilet, our obligatory space toilet. Any multi-person ship, of course, has to have a space toilet, except I don't know if you noticed, but the Cutlass Blue does not have a space toilet. So I'm guessing what you need to do is sit on that airlock and make sure your butt is fully secured, and then open the airlock and just drop it out the airlock. So that's the Redeemer, and you can actually pick it up right now with lifetime insurance. It is a bit steep, but again, it's basically like a donation, right? It's a pledge. It's going to go towards supporting the game and making sure all these, kind of extended features and stuff we want to see actually make it in the game, and make it into the game with a high degree of polish and all of that other awesome stuff that we want to see. So, of course, it will also be available in game, so you don't have to pick it up for the $250 they're asking for it now, or $265 if you get it as a package, which includes an extra character slot if you already have the game. If you don't have the game, It's a great way to get into it, especially if you are, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there who may not be into space games so much, but they're big into like first-person shooters. And they've actually recently just revealed the first-person shooter demo, and I might actually make a video commentary about that because I do have some things to say on it. But overall, I absolutely loved it, and it makes me absolutely thrilled for trying it out when that demo is actually playable. I think they're shooting for first of the year, so like around there, around Christmas time. But you know, if you're like an FPS clan, right, and you want to bring over your buddies and you're looking for that next great first-person shooter to play, you might actually want to consider Star Citizen, even if it is, you know, a space game, because the FPS combat in this game is going to be more of that Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six, Arma style, realistic kind of, you know, take on first-person shooters, but it's going to have that little spin on it that's actually science fiction. So you're going to actually have some sci-fi weapons like lasers, and there's going to be situations like zero G. You know, if the gravity is turned off, or if you're fighting in space and there's no gravity around you, you're going to float. And there are actually mechanics for kicking yourself off of walls and things like that. That's actually going to make it really exciting and really unique compared to a lot of shooters out there. I know we've been seeing a lot more mobility in shooters lately with Titanfall and the upcoming Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but this is like next level with actual physics involved, with zero G and stuff like that. And there's gonna be different kinds of armor and stuff. Some might actually have jetpacks, so you could actually just, you know, if your guy you're fighting doesn't have a jetpack and you've got jetpack on your armor and you turn off gravity, they're going to be at a disadvantage and you'll be at an advantage because you have that jetpack. So it's going to bring a lot to stuff, and they should stuff like deployable cover. Well, I'll get into that in an actual video talking about the FPS module, but it's something to consider. You know, like if you got a FPS clan, consider this game. You know, consider getting something like a Redeemer, bring your clan in. You know, I think you can still get the game for about $35, and it's like a fully featured title plus the online multiplayer. But anyways, let's get on to the final addition to my hangar, and that is this little beauty right here. This is the Aegis Dynamics Gladius Light Fighter. This is the, I guess you could call it the baby brother to the Hornet, or baby sister. But, you know, yes, it's smaller, but it's faster and more maneuverable and sexy as hell. Just look at that upskirt right there. I'm just gonna say, just saying, them are some sexy nacelles. Just saying. But no, this ship, like, I saw it, and I missed the first sale. I did, and I was kind of sad about that because the look of the ship, to me, reminds me of a futuristic F-22. And I say F-22 and not F-35, even though the F-35 might be a little similar in role, being that the F-35 is smaller than the F-22. But I say F-22 because this, with the twin engines, and it looks like it's actually going to have some thrust vectoring based on how those engines are laid out. It just really kind of strikes me as just kind of a really wicked fast, stealthy space superiority fighter. And of course, almost an Aegis Dynamics staple. You have this front-mounted, big-ass Gatling gun, and look at the freaking PBR. They put the physics-based rendering on this detail. You can actually, that metal actually looks like metal on that gun, and that's another thing they did. I believe the United Kingdom studio that's doing the Squadron 42 segment of the game actually designed this ship from scratch all themselves, and they just did a fantastic job on it. So I really have to commend them for that. And in a lot of ways, the ship is quite a bit smaller than my 325A back there, and probably is actually going to be the better dogfighter. Won't have near the range of the 325A, but that's okay. And I love the animation for getting into it. Check this out. are some bugs with the canopy opening. The canopy glass is kind of bugged right now, but it was just implemented in the hangar. Like, you can even see like inside the bulkhead here. It's just so cool. And let's actually climb inside of it. Again, you're going to see some graphical errors with the cockpit glass, but the overall animation and everything is just really cool. It's just so wicked cool. Now, here's probably the best part of the ship is the actual visibility in the cockpit. So a lot like the M50 as well as the 320, well, the 300 series in general, visibility is absolutely fantastic, which is what you want in a dogfighter. And you don't have this big blocky bulkheads. Well, not really bulkheads, but like, I guess A-pillars or something, like in a car. You don't have those like in the Hornet with this. So it's just really nice. And I kind of like that if you look around in here in the actual interior, even though the ship looked like so wicked futuristic on the outside, on the inside you actually see like paint chips and shit like that, and you're like wow, this thing has been kind of taken around the block a little bit. And that's because it has. This ship in the universe, in the game lore, is actually an older design. And so that's actually kind of interesting, and it's kind of interesting to see that reflected. It'd be kind of cool if you can actually have it pristine if you want it pristine. But no, I like that character. Again, it's you know why I wanted the asteroid hangar, and not the pristine, everything is clean and in the future Revel and York hangar. But no, I wanted this dirty ass rock with you know, stuff that's like smoking and sparking, because it's got character, you know, it looks lived in, it looks realistic, and I just really like that in a game. Here comes the cockpit glass. Yeah, I think I know what it is. They set the cockpit glass just a little bit too low, and you don't even, there's no ceremony with getting out, you just freaking bail out of there. But yeah, so that's the Aegis Gladius. Absolutely. I can't wait. It's going to be in Arena Commander soon, and you will definitely be seeing a video on that. But yeah, so that's the update for my hangar and what's going on with it, what's inside of it. The 325A is actually playable in the Arena Commander now. And with the new changes, which I will be doing an Arena Commander video right after I record this one. Not sure when it's going to go up, though. With the Arena Commander targeting changes, I've actually kind of fallen back in love with it, with the 300 series. And unfortunately, the actual, this skin isn't the same in the actual Arena Commander, so not sure why that's bugged out. I'm sure that'll get fixed, but I actually do love this skin so much. Like, you have this dark kind of gunmetal metal, and then the red and the black, and just, oh, it looks so cool. So I'm glad I've never melted this ship, and I'm glad I haven't, because, I don't know, this ship at this point, even though, yeah, it's not as small, maybe not as even sexy as the Gladius now, it's still kind of like my first ship. Yeah, I did have the Constellation as my first ship, but it was actually a gift, and from a really awesome friend who's actually in basic training right now, so I hope he's really doing well. But this was the first ship that I was able to actually afford with my own money. So, you know, it kind of has special value, I guess, or sentimental value. So no matter how nerfed the 300 series is, which I really don't think it will be nerfed in the full game, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to hang on to it because I love how it looks too. You know, especially when it's up and flying, and just and it just handles so well. Yeah, so that's the hangar, and hangar updates, and all the new ships that are populated within. Until next time, I will see you in the verse and all that good stuff. And I'm like itching to go out and fly now in this ship right here, and go and kick some ass. Some Vandal ass. And oh, I actually got my Anvil Hornet shirt from the $10 t-shirt sale, and it was $10 with no tax and no shipping and handling. And I have to say, I was expecting a crappy shirt, But no, the shirt is actually fantastic. I'm not going to do a review on a shirt, but it's like a cotton lycra blend, and it's a really cool material. It's like soft, but it's clingy, and it's like kind of form fitting. So it feels kind of futuristic, right? but but it seems like a really nice quality, and it's got like actual Cloud Imperium branding and stuff like that. And of course, I love like the actual Anvil Aerospace logo, and it's got the Hornet on there and everything like that. So I didn't actually get the Arena Commander one because I felt it was kind of boring. Like, yeah, okay, well, Arena Commander. Well, people are going to be like, what's Arena Commander? And if I'm going to have something that's like people aren't going to get, I'd rather have something that's cool, right? Like something in universe cool. So, Cloud Imperium, if you are listening, please make more in universe logo shirts and stuff like that. I missed out on a lot of the first ones, but I'm looking for what I'd really like. I'd love to see a Dumpers Depot T-shirt, and maybe like an industrial kind of shirt or something. I don't know, but something like that would be really wicked cool. And maybe, I don't know, has there been an Aegis shirt? I don't know. I think with all these Aegis ships, like the Retaliator, well, the Retaliator's Aegis, right? I could be wrong about that. And the Gladius, and I think the Gladiator too, right? And now the Redeemer. It's like all these ships, right? We should have a t-shirt too. So yeah, I will be seeing you guys soon, fighting things, blowing things up. Thank you again for checking out the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that crap, and share these videos, because that's how basically going forward this is pretty much going to be a hobby, which is great because I'm not doing it as a job, which means I can have more fun with it, and that's great for myself as well as you guys. So until then, I will see you.